Several maps have been... The maps look old.
Map of Martinez. This could work, maybe.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
This large map displays archipelagos. Ozon, Laurentide, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachon, a single 850 million people live on these little dots. An oceanic world of... The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothing connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you. Perhaps they are gods. God, the north coast of a verdant island is to the east, rolling hill. Huron. It's so small. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not... Yes, yes. Are you interested or not? Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons. An off-key melody starts playing.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. You ring the doorbell. But what an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone. All you hear is static. You ring the doorbell. Try again. You didn't press it. 12 name cards on the call box read. You wait for a minute or two, but looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The door, you hear static from the intercom. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. She must be mistaking you for someone else.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this door.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates. Silence. No silence. No one answers the doorbell. Silence. No one answers your call. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and alright. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her. A strange metallic taste fills your mouth as you stare at the intercom. There's the static again, whispering like a seashell pressed against the air.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
It's you. My God.
Wait, is she?
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear your hands are getting cold and your breathing becomes visible, forming small silvery puffs in the air.
Ever since I came to work, as if my mind's been wiped. It's so nice.
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax set. Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear, "This is where you hung up the call the last time," but the recording is still going. A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow. Crawling inside your head. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways. Guttering.
So... it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true. You ring the doorbell. Try again.
Thank you for calling the 24-hour window company. This is an automated message. Are you experiencing a window-related emergency?
No, not a window really.
12 name cards on the call box read. You ring the... Try again.
Thank you for calling the...
12 name cards on the... the same two neon-lit shape. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. "700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
I was just thinking, what a nice lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear. She slowly. The worn map features that your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck do you
you want with it. Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to... Yeah? The Kingdom of Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
Nip it in the bud before it gets completely out of hand. Right on his cheek. Just a light tap to scare him a little. It won't kill him. Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
What?
Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct. Get yourself together.
Okay, pig. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor.
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want? You're dreaming, pig. That's...
A little.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno! Fuck his fat ass!
Kuno doesn't... Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene. Boss.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene.
Fuck does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses and says murder was the case that they gave her. And then there's the fact that she's a girl, and appears to be a little younger, certainly smaller. And yet Kuno is afraid of her. What's up with that, Kuno? All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up it.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her so she can't read his lips. Fuck. She can read lips. You should cup your mouth.
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. She does the real deal. Yeah. Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know. Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Sounds boreal, like something from the tundra and tiger-covered Cutler, Isola. Far, far away from here. As far... You mean evil little red-haired people like her? Yes, they do.
Surois? Like that man from Shelmdall shit? She could...
Revachol does have a small Suroese community. Or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
His little green eyes are fixed on yours.
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. I knew you pigs were too naive for this shit. Good thing Kuno's...
The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes.
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark. Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out. I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog.
Someone left the door open. It was him, by accident or on purpose.
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno. Kuno means she...
His little green eyes are fixed on yours.
Fucking yeah. Kuno knows you don't want to face this right now. This dark shit. She's probably killed a pig too. And forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
The creature peers at you both.
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? All right, now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. See? It's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. The pan buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need. Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? You know how you'd be best off here? With a gun. I'd be the star of the show if you only had a working gun.
Like half? A baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Kuno when he's out. Kuno's violent dad's got Kuno's key. So you need to fuck your way in there. Go to the pier side. Bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room 12 and kick down the door. Police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckhead. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Here, Pig. We're fun now. Performance buddies. Kuno could already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for...
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you wanna push this steaming pile of shit on any... Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steam...
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are... I don't know what it means, but it felt like the most appropriate thing to say. No one knows. Still nothing, but that's okay. Right. Puzzleface shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that. Shush. I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. There's a spooky building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. You could crack Classia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop.
Yeah, fuck off.
Sounds like you're making her. Ruby's one of us.
And fuck you.
Ruby is missing.
That's nothing.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus.
Nothing is happening. Sorry, you're not... I don't know what it means. No one knows. Still not... Right. Shush. Smart move. There's a spooky... You could crack... It's that simple.
Unless we have... Yes? Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM during that time. Okay then. Was there anything else? Good. Yes?
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the...
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware you're not cooperating. Brother man, it's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do.
Some of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared. At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts!
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely... The window stands broken in... The morning light hurts your eyes. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy.
Yes?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want? What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing...
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses, and you are...
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going by here.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar. The suit, the sunglasses, the haircut. He's famous.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Not as famous as you, superstar.
I fear you're misinterpreting this situation.
Talk to me, superstar. What do you want? About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Exactly. No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
A cover-up, while the author of the cover-up is the perp? Makes sense. You don't have a motive? Then the double cover-up seems too neat. I don't know. Why? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more. What is it? Okay, why not? Let's do it. I get it, okay. But what is the motive? That would be my first guess. Yes. I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. You want something more. What is... Watch out for yourself.
That voice. So very familiar.
Oh, really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? Okay then. It's probably a coincidence. Again? I can't believe this
There's something that...
Again? I can't...
There's some...
Again? I can't...
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass.
That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. No, not really.
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57th would still be my station.
My condolences. Go ahead. Have another. Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
This isn't helping.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even be worthy of your partnership. And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down. Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? I'm sure he's fucking flattered. But Kim is not part of this.
The lieutenant is silent.
No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers. In a police...
Come on, stop it.
Neither can I, partner.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. Yes, just cross it off the...
Again? I can't but I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay?
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent. Something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let...
I'm going to... God fucking shit.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work. What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is. Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing. Very well then. Where is he? Excuse me? I don't follow. Right, 'cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what? You were right. I do have an alcoholic.
Ha, blam. Knew it.
I did, and he is. He's also an alcoholic. No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Shamrock somewhere. Drinking. I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
I wouldn't be so sure. Man, just to be completely clear.
Report what? He's just out drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than to chase down local goofballs.
She sighs, but you can...
All right, go ahead. Do you have it? Honestly, not that different from you. Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to this yet. Well, he's slightly chubby.
Wait, did she just imply that you're fat? You're not fat. The body type she's referring to is called a Franco-Nigerian hard body.
You both share what? I'm not sure about the rest, but softly round sounds about right. He's not in great shape. What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but...
Who cares about the cold when you have your cool jacket to wear?
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it? Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold. Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
So you are going to look for him? Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that.
She tries to maintain a brave front.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
I will, of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Wow. Okay. Fuck off.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to...
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
A rusting control. The water lock starts moving.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks. And if you wanted to forge that document for Evrard, now you can.
banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water. Slowly, remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. The logo is too deep in murky water. You can't...
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Yes, it does.
Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound though. The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
Just keep at it. It will come to you.
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. Okay, that's way better than what you did. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
God, I hope so.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupris, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for? Right. Or 41 is the number of a police precinct? Your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema. Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly. Yes, let's go take a look.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark. And you see a photo, a name, a rank. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is up 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinct. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus, though there's a pinch of that in your cheeks already. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Freighter. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. Or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace this. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Decontage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good.
Such a small yet precious...
Lieutenant, the lieutenant is the title of Yefr. They are, and sometimes they just... Yes, apparently people have been through wars and gotten back on their feet, Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Such a small yet precious...
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then. Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Hi, officer.
Factory balanced, Bakelite and stainless steel.
Anything I can help you with?
You've graduated to Lawbringer now?
Men with authority have their quirks. Comes with never being second-guessed about anything. So what brings you here, Lawbringer? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes... The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one. Where are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building? What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that... that Evrart and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too. He has a pen and everything. Here you go. I shouldn't have. Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. It's a bad idea. She won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me. Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. Two old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else you... Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle-class ones either. I could use some landed gentry, but apparently they don't make those anymore. Wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your... Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take... Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprise wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Mines. Mines. You need mines.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an... From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like...
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Coach means the expression.
Aye. No one wants to talk about how frightened they are. But only frightened people are really dangerous. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone.
It absolutely does not. We are not going to look.
No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the waves. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have...
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat.
Shot, huh? The boat will be ready when the sea turns and the winds settle. You can't command the weather, officer.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in the most...
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't cheap. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot... Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. That's exactly how we get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. Aye, the room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. Surely not the first one. So are you interested or not? Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Just us. This is pretty much a non-place.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks, an old military hospital and its surroundings. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And makeshift cinder, the goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. If you... And then there's the drugs. Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself.
She nods, rinsing another.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the Dolor. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years.
So, they don't hold...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run down. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. No one. That's why it's now. What catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across.
Nothing is impossible.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all the scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises we never planned to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes.
She is headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there. you may be able to convince her. It's really in her best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood. Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick. And what do you think I'm doing right now, Mr. RCM?
Tastes like soap.
Do you know who takes the cream of these deals? Real estate developers, construction companies. Have some integrity. You're an off.
It's okay. She's emotional right now. Keep at it. Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, babe. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shaken for shit and then, sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustled. Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? The Gart man has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim. Think hustler. Think with your head. Look, the immigrants are cool. The immigrants play cool music. Everyone likes them, especially the women. Don't hate on the immigrants. They've got nothing to do with you living under a boat. Boo-hoo. The system is broken. That's right, 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy. After we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night.
The key turns with a On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin. The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it. The bed is comforting.
Yes? Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps, No, it's okay, I guess. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover the... Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything. It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gar, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
I don't know. Sure. Just go and get it. I don't like it anyways. It looks angry.
All right. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? It's Lammy.
Lambie is a
Yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a... No, no! That's not it!
I think she means
Yes! Bye!
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. This one doesn't say anything.
Lily's our mum.
The stone kicker laughs. Sudden, the other one laughs. The stone kicking isn't even of very high caliber. Anyone can do that.
Yes. Yes.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. The rock kicker was just being shy, but
you're bad with kids. Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
the worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can sit on benches after.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? That's great. Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all? Why odd? Our things are part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gotwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? Or take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness.
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copotype is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even. Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent. The noxious odor emanating from the drunk.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
You really don't have to.
Abigail. Oh, Abigail. Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
He snorts and beckons.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
The man hiccups. Then,
Don't call Abigail.
There's no use in yelling at
the drunk man.
Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Don't.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard. You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my own.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Seriously? Are you? Fine.
There's Riel. 50 in his palm.
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult.
What? Oh, yes. The spirits. That'll be 300 real. Finally came to your senses, buddy boy. Ain't nobody else gonna give you a price like that. Had to let life squeeze you to get that, huh? Sure, friend. People are just so impatient these days. So that'll be 3 real from your pocket to mine. And at this price, you're practically robbing me. Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Son, you will not kill yourself with this. Not today. So we're going to store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
Hi, by amphetamine I mean speed. Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean amphetamine. I got both. Aye, it's what I... Good, my man. Now what can I offer you? In the civilized world, it's a... The legend! He's my kind of guy. Here you go, friend.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding? That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image, a long time ago. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What's it about? Maybe you've heard. I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. Anyone's got a pen? The pro's gonna do. All right. Glad to have been of assistance. After all this time,
The incapacitated drunk lay there snoring.
Thank you for your help. Should we go and mail this? I think I saw a mailbox on the plaza.
Okay, what's on your mind? We are saved.
Please! Please don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to... Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset... Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza.
Do you remember the sound of wood?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. The time hath come! So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things." Yeah, looms. Why not? Then you jammed the pedal and plowed right off the jetty and through the ice.
The muscles in your right leg tense up. Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to... Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences, and we asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on. Yeah, I agree. Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got...
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about, in retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers who... No specifics, though. It was more about, yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve. You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just
No thanks to the squares at the precinct. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not?
is what you almost say, but the words choke in your throat. Do you really want to miss out on all this good stuff? Perhaps it's significant. Exactly. So you know what to say.
It depends, really. Booze. Did you already forget our party? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me. No, no, no. Contrary to popular belief, I enjoy being alive. Then I will see you again.
All kind, sir.
You too.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoke, chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, number 312D. Young craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle hurrying to work. The cold washes. The wind moves the air. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to that. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing, a simple, melancholic, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even touch. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. Yup, they're all... And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle's Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can... The lieutenant watches you pack up. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the... Feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine would fit together seamlessly. It's old too. Cut and carved many... This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting. somehow. Nothing happens.
I don't think that's going to work.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts, there is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before. It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, he takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting them.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Voila! Looks very modern. You're part of the future brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently, and should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen... Yes, the pulsing base. A sure sign of junior delinquency. Somewhere east of here.
You jam the pry bar between the lock and the staple and apply force. Your biceps bulge from the strain. The metal creaks and squeals. The pathetic old wood, rusty screws, and one nail stand no chance against the forces of... Suddenly, the pry bar snaps. Metal shavings fly everywhere. The upper half, between the lock and the staple, falls to the ground with a thunk.
Tools break, officer. Try to control yourself.
The broken edge of the snapped pry bar is smooth. Took the tip right off.
I don't know. You don't? Or maybe we'll find a new one. I don't carry more than one pry bar with me. I thought this was a lousy way to enter a place of worship that's already in disrepair. I guess the church agreed.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular, nothing happens, only the sound of the...
I don't think that's...
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military. A service depot of some... The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across... From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it. You hear the tone. The machine calling. Still, this feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Say you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why.
Do you have any news about Pierre? He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country. I was a baroness.
Pause. There is
You won't get me, and
phone. Disconnect tone. Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this rail. The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of...
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket?
The lieutenant sighs. A poet could write 12 verses and still, you should still take it. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of sea. Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk, if not by human hands. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck. Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. smell. It's awful and familiar. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Toulouse. No, there's more in there. Livis.
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy red Astra. You see traces of mayonnaise, and it's no older than a day. It's hard to concentrate. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right, half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1, and when damp, these boards are really slippery. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water, height 170 to 175 cent. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. But be very, very careful where you step here. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at...
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly...
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to... You see waves churning below. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left in... It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Rubowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this, but that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? I can't see a book. So he took the book to the library, then came back and thought, I'll have one.
Just one drink. I have my cool jacket on. I took the book to the library. I've earned it.
Damn it. He is definitely someone's husband. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours. Good call. The guys at processing. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
You take the legal document. The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi. If lost, please return the card to the library.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here.
I'll notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here.
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of...
He's just making up fancy words.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into verbs lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor. Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetic...
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, Ice...
He assumes something like a combat stance.
Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building. Or one of the... All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for... Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed.
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being, what's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world government.
A short-lived legislative foundation for
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombecer dans le Lind. You should read. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very...
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum? What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's... In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary... But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations and project output onto...
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary set. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, but of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here. Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known...
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
I do some...
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang. It's used...
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition.
You doze off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying? Then I guess everything got said, right? No, thanks to you.
You see, a once bright mural towering above. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letter.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Here we go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which...
Who's there?
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks...
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure? Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881. Oh, good.
Did he say we can go back?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
Sir, your wife...
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise...
Which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect it. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved. Without stuff, I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be
glory itself.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is not yet. That's what makes it a...
Just out of curiosity, if there's no...
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along. It's the first credible sighting in several. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's...
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly. So, yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized...
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Yes. What? And I'm eager to return to... My wife understands that. Just...
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out...
And leave the traps? Absolutely not.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch...
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sight.
She's seen it?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule.
He's dead set on it. I could go for some trap setting.
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both. No, very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about two are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery. Yes, the Chateauquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching. Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoo. It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through... Yes? I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine. That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-finance. Bring it to me at once.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's...
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality.
Be careful where you tread in the reeds. Some less conscientious researchers may have left their traps out.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the...
Finally!
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions...
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have to. But what if the information is vital? What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
Hello, I'm Gary. Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow Man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in...
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast.
Degenerates, this man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage, pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Dark times will do that to good men. My mug?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me.
Using a standard form, officer. It's 50 real. You're getting off easy. In return, we expect information.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have.
Disgraced. No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all...
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't...
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. There's something going on here.
What sound? I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the...
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
What sound? Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though.
The sound you heard...
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way. I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly...
He's not feeling too comfortable in it. Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
No. I help Morel with research sometime.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one? Well, this is that racist.
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay? Always officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or more.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I was ashamed of what I did, and I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehoods, sire.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire.
It's okay. It was a loose end. And
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when... Because I was weak.
The hell, Gary?
I'll explain later. I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost...
This is all he knows. He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
The white ceramic cuirass hugs your torso. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions. The hardened vitreous enamel at one, you really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. 2. Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same. A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down and...
That over there. Must be the boy
Ooh, hidden things. You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
There's something in there. It smells like you would expect it to smell. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. Smells a shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well done. I have no idea. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. This is only a small loose end, but I do wish we knew who took the documents. That may very well be the case.
You could ask the miss what she thinks, later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.